Hi YouTube family, welcome into today's video. Today's video is all about a little bit of a life update for me, and I thought I would bring on a special guest. This is Lacey. She has made a few appearances in my videos before, and I've been sitting here filming for quite a while, and I think Lacey is ready to have mommy to herself. So I really just wanted to get on here and give you guys kind of a little bit of a life update. I have been kind of MIA from YouTube for a little while, and there is a reason for that. And I wanted to update you about a few other things that are going on. But first, let me tell you that the month of May is Fibromyalgia Awareness Month. And purple is the color, of course, for fibromyalgia. If I had to have a disease, would it be anything different than it had a purple ribbon as its color? But fibromyalgia is a very misunderstood disease. And I feel like, you know, if we can bring a little bit of light to whatever fibromyalgia is, then we're doing really good. I've had fibromyalgia. I was diagnosed with it 5 years ago, right after I got married to my husband, poor thing. And yeah, so I've been dealing with this for a long time. But it seems like when I get under stress, and I'm sure any of you that deal with a chronic illness, even if it's not fibromyalgia, I'm sure that you know that it is so very hard to continue and keep going on doing your everyday life when you're in chronic pain. And that's what fibromyalgia is. It's chronic widespread pain that they believe is due to inflammation. So I was doing really well there for a little while when I was doing fasting and eating keto, and then I kind of veered off my plan and just ended up being so miserable and just not doing well at all. I do get bedridden because of the pain, because one of the things that it affects the most on me is my back and my hips, and walking can be just excruciating. And I'm not on here today to complain about my life, because I know that there are so many other people that have so much that they deal with in their lives, and they just keep going, and they have such a beautiful positive attitude. And I really want to continue to try and bring that across on my channel. But I felt like, since it is the month of May and this is Fibromyalgia Awareness Month, that the awareness that I could bring on my channel is this. If you have anybody in your life that has been diagnosed with it, I have always used the analogy that this is an invisible disease, but a very real disease. And the analogy that I do use is that if I came to you and I had a huge open gushing wound on my back, which is where most of my pain is, or on my hips, then and I was bleeding, and you could tell that I was in pain. It would be tragic. It would be horrible. And you'd go, oh my gosh, what can I do for you? Well, when we have fibromyalgia or a chronic pain illness that doesn't manifest itself in a physical outward appearance way, then it becomes very hard for people to believe that it's real, or believe that you're not trying to get attention. One of the things for me that is so important on my YouTube channel and the platform that I have here is that I can tell you about my own experience, and then perhaps if there is someone in your life, please take some time to realize what they're going through. I also have trigeminal neuralgia, which is here in my their trigeminal nerve is right here, and I have it only on the right side, and it branches across your face in 3 fingers like this. And I've said this in videos before, but this is a very, very painful disease. I get flares. A lot of people have constant pain. Thank God I don't have constant pain. And if any of you do, I feel so strongly about how I wish that you didn't, because that pain is immense. And I have this chronic pain all day long with my fibromyalgia, but when my trigeminal neuralgia flares, that's impossible. I feel like I can't keep going. So it's really hard to have an invisible disease. Even mental illness, that's an invisible disease. I have a lot of mental illness, and when you say mental illness, people think, what are you, crazy? What's wrong with you? You have schizophrenia, or one of those ones where people are walking down the roads talking. No, that is not necessarily just what mental illness is. Yes, it is also the people that need intensive help and have total personality changes. But for me, it started off about 15 years ago as depression. And then I had a huge life-changing year where I was the caregiver for so many people, and then I had my first nervous breakdown. And after that, I had severe shaking and panic attacks. And then after that, I got social anxiety disorder. And then after my divorce, I got PTSD. I'm here to tell you that mental illness encompasses so many things. We are not talking about just the things that people see that is depicted on TV as people being absolutely out of their mind. And even if that was it, even if that was the bulk of it, wouldn't we have enough love in our hearts or enough empathy in our hearts to recognize that those people have no control over that and want to help them, reach out to help them? So being able to talk to you and sit down like this is really important to me. You know, we all have things we have to bear, and we all have things that we deal with, but my part in it is saying that if you do have somebody in your life with mental illness, or you do have somebody in your life that has a chronic pain disease, take a few minutes and try to realize what they're going through. And if they've had that diagnosis from a doctor and you're still, you know, thinking that they possibly are, you know, not, that they possibly are making it up in their head, or they're a hypochondriac or whatever that comes from that, I would beg you, I would absolutely beg you, please don't just discount this disease, because it is horrid and it is very painful. So that leads me into my life update, which is I've been in bed for almost it's going on the 3rd week now. I have not felt like making videos. I got up and did this video today because I felt like I need to do something proactive to make myself feel a little bit better. But you can see my hair today, and I'm not going to cut my hair before the wedding. The wedding is in 2 weeks. But I've lost half the volume of my hair, and my hair continues to fall out, and I'm going to cut several inches off of it after the wedding. And I'm told that it's probably from dietary reasons. I did my fasts a while ago, and even though they cleaned out my body like crazy, apparently a side effect of rapid weight loss is hair loss. And so I did that to myself. I can't really, you know, complain too much about it, but I have lost about half of my hair. But when I came across fasting and I tried it for that first 5 days, I felt so good. And the reason is because I wasn't putting anything into my body that was causing inflammation. No sugar, no refined carbs, no, you know, junk, any of the colorings or the preservatives or any of the additives that they have in there. I wasn't putting any of that in my body. So my body responded really, really well to fasting, but I'm not willing to sacrifice the other things that I like. So I'm going to be going back to keto, and if I don't find good results from keto, I think that I'm going to go back to Weight Watchers, because possibly, and being where I'm at, I possibly need to count everything that goes into my mouth and be accountable for that. And Weight Watchers does that for me. And I did last year, I did lose 24 pounds on Weight Watchers. So I was really happy with that. And then I found keto, and I thought that it was the answer. But it might just be that I can use Weight Watchers in a keto fashion. Enough of that. The other thing is that we're coming up on a wedding, and my daughter's getting married. And yeah, I turned 50 in June, and she's getting married in June, and she's getting married on June 1st, which is really precious to me because she's getting married on her grandparents' wedding anniversary, and my mom and dad are in their 80s, and this is their 66th wedding anniversary, and I couldn't be happier about being able to be a part of this. I think the thing that has touched me the most through all this is that even though me and my daughter we're like this all the time, we're becoming so much closer. And I've watched this girl in the past 6 months that she's been engaged. She's just blossomed into this beautiful, beautiful woman, and I'm so proud of her. And I hope that someday she watches this and she knows how proud I am of her. And so hopefully the next time that I give you a life update, I'll have a whole lot of wedding pictures and be able to show you those things. I'm going to sign off now. I've done enough blubbering and enough blabbing on, and I just wanted to tell you guys all that everything is okay, but I am doing a little bit of struggling, as I'm sure some of you are too. So my love goes out to every one of you, whether or not you're struggling. If you are struggling, I have a huge, 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 huge hug coming for you. I love you guys all so very much. You are so precious to me because of all the support that you've given me. You have no idea. So I'm going to say goodbye before I get teary again. And I love you, and I will see you in my very next